Hey guys, so we have some quail that just started hatching out, and I've decided that the brooder that I was using, I don't have a lid for, and being that baby quail and quail in general are like Mexican jumping beans, that I should probably make sure that I make a brooder for them that has a lid on it. So I have a bunch of these large Rubbermaid bins, or in this case Sterlite, that we use when we moved. This lid's already a little cracked, but I could just tape it up. It's not a big deal. All I'm going to do is just, I had this piece of hardware cloth I just cut up, and just going to fit it right in here and then tape it down. No big a deal. And then that'll give us something secure to put the quail in. So let's take a look here. Where's my tape? Just had my tape. There's my tape. I got this nice clear duct tape that's reinforced, so I figure I can use that. That should hold it well enough. Always happens. I'm not really going to overthink this too much. Like I said, it just needs to, after the last debacle where we came home one day and the brooder that's in the garage here that we were using, which is basically just a big Rubbermaid stock tank, we came home one day and the two chicks we had in it were gone. My initial thought was maybe snakes or something, but because I really didn't think that rodents, rats especially, and that's not going to hold, that was still wet. But that's all right, we'll fix it. We got this. I might even just take a couple of, I have some like machine screws and some nuts. I just don't know if I have small enough washers. I might even do that and just throw a couple in just to hold it down. I should probably turn this over too, but since the natural bend is the other way. But I'm sure, like I said, we can get this to work well enough. Wet too. Hey, buddy. Go. I think what I'll do, just come across this way, kind of build it up maybe. Yeah. I don't think it particularly needs to be completely sealed. Rag here, let's dry this off a little better. One thing about this clear tape, it doesn't hold very well if there's any moisture. Alright, so I didn't take you through the long, tedious process of trying to Mickey Mouse this thing without the right tools. Needless to say, a Harbor Freight trip is definitely in the very, very near horizon for a jigsaw, because I've had need for other times, but I basically just kind of, I didn't feel like looking for my Dremel. So like I said, I mean, all in all, came out pretty good, I think. It definitely came out good enough, which I don't no, actually, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty much my motto for a lot of stuff when I'm just doing stuff like this. I mean, there's a time and a place for detail and attention to detail, and this just needs to be practical. So that looks pretty darn practical to me. Sealed off. I got a hole, plenty of airflow. That'll still fit right on the bin, and she's good to go. I will be posting an update on the quail right now. Yesterday they started hatching out. Yesterday was day 18, and we had we had 4 hatch out. Unfortunately, I find with a lot of these incubators, these, I don't know, sub $130 incubators, for some reason the way they cut the mesh, the tray on the bottom, is really messed up. I think I might replace it with 1/4-inch hardware cloth, but that's for quail anyway. The chicken, it hasn't been so bad, but in the on the bottom of the tray on that, it's plastic perforated, you know, kind of like a 1/2-inch hardware cloth or whatever. And there's, on one side in the center, there's about a 1-inch long by 3/4-inch wide little square cut out, and then in the dead center in it, there's like a 3/4-inch circle cut out. And of course, what happened is, luckily there was no water down on that side, but one of the quails fell through, and I don't know if he was just weak, but unfortunately he didn't make it. When it dawned on me, Mary came in and told me, hey, one of the quails stuck in the hole. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I went out, and one of them, there was literally one in the little square, and there was one on top of him, kind of like 3/4 of the way in, like squishing him. So I was like, ah. So I just took some tape and I taped it up. But it's like, what a silly design. It doesn't seem to make any, there's no practical purpose for it. Like I said, the whole thing is you know, 1/2-inch square anyway. So there's no real practical reason to have a bigger square here and a big hole in the middle. It just doesn't make any sense. So, like I said, one of them ended up not making it. So we have 3 that are out so far. 3 that have came out yesterday and through the course of the evening. Nothing else has been is hatched out today yet. Hoping, praying that we'll get some more, especially since I lost so many of them. I only have 4 female left out of 18. Granted, I processed 8 of them, but then we lost a couple there to an owl or whatever. So we're down to 4 females left. I have no males, and they're still putting eggs out. I have about another 15 or 18 eggs in the house that are coming up on about a week old, so I don't know how viable those are going to be. Some of these were a little older, so I don't know how they're going to hatch. I ended up setting, either 14 or 18. 4 I pulled out about a week ago, and the other ones looked like they were good. So I've had a lot of issues with incubating this time of year where I had my incubator, so I have a whole different plan for the next batch. So we'll see how that goes. And so stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys all again very, very soon. Have a good night, guys.